It was a moment that froze the courtroom. Cameras clicked, reporters leaned forward, and every eye turned toward Lindsay Clancy as she was wheeled into court. For the first time in years, the woman at the center of one of America's most heartbreaking cases appeared in public again. Not in a dramatic outburst, not in tears, but with a quiet request that could change everything. She asked the judge to split her murder trial into 2 parts. This wasn't just a legal move. It was a desperate attempt to rewrite how her story would be told. 3 children, 1 mother, a tragedy that shocked the nation. And now, a courtroom battle over how justice should even begin. Prosecutors say the facts are clear. They argue that what happened inside that home was intentional, calculated and unforgivable. They believe the jury should hear everything at once. The evidence, the autopsies, the timeline, and the motive, and decide her fate in one powerful judgment. But her defense team sees something different. They say this case is not just about what happened, but about what was happening inside her mind. Inside the courtroom, her lawyers explained their strategy. First, let the jury decide only one thing. Did she commit the acts she's accused of? No mental health discussions, no emotional arguments, just facts. Then, and only then, move to phase 2. That second phase would focus on her mental state, depression, postpartum complications, possible psychosis, medication, medical records, expert testimony, everything that could suggest she wasn't in control of herself. To her defense, this isn't a delay tactic. It's survival. They believe that if jurors hear shocking crime details and psychological evidence together, emotion will overpower reason. That grief and anger will drown out medical reality. That once people decide she's guilty, they'll stop listening. So they want a clean slate. 2 trials in one. But not everyone agrees. Across the room, prosecutors watched closely. To them, this request feels like a gamble, a way to soften public reaction and slowly build sympathy. They argue that mental health and actions are inseparable, that you cannot split a human being into 2 versions. The tension in that courtroom wasn't loud. It was heavy, because everyone knew this decision could shape the entire future of the case. And this was only the beginning. As the hearing continued, one truth became impossible to ignore. This trial is no longer just about guilt or innocence. It is about responsibility, memory, and how society understands mental illness. If the judge agrees to split the trial, the first phase will be brutally simple. Did she do it? No emotional backstories. No medical files. No psychiatric evaluations. Just evidence, witnesses, and timelines. A cold, clinical examination of events that once shattered a family forever. And if the jury says yes, then comes phase 2, the real battle. That's when doctors will testify, psychiatrists will analyze records, experts will explain how postpartum disorders can twist reality, how medication changes brain chemistry, how someone can appear normal on the outside while drowning on the inside. The defense plans to show that she was not acting with clear intent, that her mind was breaking long before that night. But prosecutors are ready. They will argue she knew what she was doing, that she planned it, that she understood right from wrong, that mental illness does not erase accountability. They believe separating these issues gives her an unfair advantage, turning the case into a sympathy campaign instead of a search for truth. Outside the courthouse, reactions are divided. Some see a mother who lost herself to illness. Others see a crime that can never be excused. Social media is filled with arguments. Comment sections are battlefields. One side demands compassion. The other demands justice, and in the middle of it all is a woman whose future now depends on one legal decision. If the judge approves her request, this trial could stretch for months, maybe years. 2 juries, 2 verdicts, 2 chances to shape the narrative. If it's denied, everything will happen at once. 1 trial, 1 story, 1 verdict, no reset, no second chance. The stakes could not be higher, because this case is about more than a courtroom. It's about how we judge broken minds, how we measure responsibility, how we balance empathy and accountability. And soon, 12 strangers will be asked to answer a question that has no easy answer. Was this a crime of cruelty or a tragedy of a collapsing mind? The world is watching.